Hello. I got a box of Magi Nation that our Darien Light bid on that he wants auctioned through the store. And the seller on eBay did not know enough about the game and didn't want to take the time to look through for what he had. So we're going to unbox this and find out what came in the lot. So I have a lot of padding. With that, we're down to about half a box, and we'll see if anything good has come in here. I hope for our Darien that it has. There were a few cards that looked like they'd be good. Let's see. Spirit of Paradwin, a Tweave, not rare, but at least a sought after card. The empty card sleeve, huzzah. Pagic Pet, Abger. So far, no rares, but there is at least some Kybar's Teeth, which some of the commons and uncommons, as well as some of the rare, not the weave, at least are more valuable than general bulk. Let's see. A couple different regions, Protector Frog, Cragcore, Drup, Alio, no rares yet. Kybar's Hammer, a Barquois Bubble, some shells, Zaya's Bow. Wence's Travelogue is, I believe, the first rare we've pulled. At least it's a weave rare. More commons and uncommons, some Aroth and some weave. And a few Paradwin. There's a Pillar of Brine. So the second rare. Let's see. There's a Larinel. Nar Magi rare. Let's see. Traveling Healer rare. Spirit of Bokrath. Wessig. Trying to remember. Sometimes I think Wessig sometimes sells for a couple dollars. Bullabantu. More Paradwin and Bogroth, a Grizzled Moguk from Kybar's, Vard, Muckrain. There we have a Bogroth Rouse, another rare. Muckrain, Lightning Sands, rare from Bogroth. Rock Slide. There's a Kurok Necklace. We're at least getting some rares in here. Turquoise, Jenks, very bent Jenks, but it's not a rare anyway. MX Forge. There's a Swamp Moga, Bogroth rare. Regular Vard. Protector for Crockerum. Whoops. Pretty much just gonna narrate rares or particularly uncommons, just because we have some Duresh here. A few more weave. There's a Woomba, rare from Paradwin. There's the infamous Lyriel's Cape misprint, but not valuable, just misprinted. And MX Forge, it's not a rare, but at least it's Kaibars. There's Celebrated Hero, which is a Kaibars print, rare. That one gets asked for a couple of times when auctions come up. Fast, Nar rare. Sorry if I'm not doing this the most entertaining. It's not what I film very often, but people asked what was in it, and this is one of the easiest ways to go through all at once. Evil Evu, not a rare, but it does mean we have some core in here too. A Nocturne, Zajan. Zajan was actually one of my first cards that I found to purchase. It was just one of 3 cards. I believe it was Zajan and a Graham's Armor that I found randomly in a card box. I already had cards that I'd been gifted from friends and stuff, but it was the first one that I found on my own. A Nodge, Narum Rare, and a Nar Grendile. And that's our first bag of cards. It looks like we have 3 bags of cards and a binder in here. So so far we're off to a decent start. Don't know that finding things yet that are going to make up a big dent in a $400 auction, but at least it's not all bulk. And the bulk that's here tends to be from sets that people want more than just base set bulk. So I'm definitely hopeful that we can get the auction cost pretty close to paid for our Darien Light. And then, here we have a set of sleeved cards. Oh, they're Kaibar's cards. Must have been the deck of whoever had it before the person that was selling it. We have Climbing Staff, Scratch. Looks like a Kaibar's deck. They appear to have printed the errata for Dream Balm and put it in the card sleeve. Not Dream Balm, Dream Channel. So the card sleeve has the errata in it, which is, I guess, nifty. Ooh, we have a Vertigo. That's a nice Kaibar's rare. We'll see if people want that at the auction. I know that I've seen it sell for at least over 10 before, and that was a couple years back. We have Feet of Stone. We have another Vertigo. We have Nightmare Channel with the errata now. As I say, I pass no. Great. Have a Beam of Light, which is a common that is much less common because it's super useful. Ring of Secrets, Tomorrow's Jewel, Pirate's Hammer, Chocolith, Yark Gloves. That's another rare, Kaibar's rare. This definitely was someone's deck. Although it's like one of my decks, it's definitely more than 40 cards. My personal decks, the store decks, tend to be around 40 just to get everyone as many decks as possible for those $10. Another Yark Gloves and a Moss. Sorry for the quality on my camera. Also don't do this very often. So I don't need a super good computer camera. But we have a Cragnot, a bunch of Zamps, a Chogus. Then we have some Magi. We have Kazam. Ooh, a Targan. I don't think I've actually seen Targan before. That doesn't necessarily mean it's rare or valuable, but it is Kaiwars and it's a rare, and I haven't seen it. So there's that. Ulig, Wessig, Cole. There's another Kaibar's rare Magi that gets asked for rather often. There's Jacked. This is a good set of Kaibar's rares and even commons and uncommons. So if someone wants a good solid Kaibar's deck, this is definitely worth looking into bidding on some of the things here. We have Sandstone Hyren, the Kaibar's version. And that is it for the rares in there. But that is a player deck, almost certainly, with alternate Magi for Kybers, and that is a good sign that we will have things that the community wants in order to go forward. Now we come to a bag that has a plastic container in it with a weave card on top. So I'm mildly hoping that this is a weave deck because that would be nifty, but we'll see. Thresh. Nope, it is not. A couple of Halsteads. There's an Oost. It's a Gnar rare Magi. Another Halstead. Risha. Man, this is a mix of different regions. There's a Yaramant, which is a rare, but it was one of the fixed rares in the deck, so it's one definitely a more common rare. There's an Ice Hyren. Those were not fixed in the decks, and they're pretty cool looking. I've seen people want those. Kyrol, another Gnar rare. And I found the game after it went out of print, so I know how some of the things are said. If I say things and it's not the way that you learned about it growing up, you're probably right. But I try to get as close as I can. And we have another Sandstone Hyren, Yurthi, the Hyren Magi from the Weave. A Deep Barrel, a Rothian rare. All the cards are backward. Well, not all of them, which is even more inconvenient, I suppose. Boash's Shield, that's an uncommon, but a good one. And Weave to boot. Weave Mat, Weggett, Quirrell, I'll definitely list all of the rares and stuff from here, but if you're looking for Weave or Kaibar's commons and uncommons, there's a good chance that there's something here. There's a Kesha's Flute. That is a fairly pricey Weave rare that people do ask for every time we get cards in. So that's another good one. More Sky Bars, commons, and a Sprout. Some Weave spells and some Bogroth Magi. Really weird mix up in this lot. And it is clear that the seller really wasn't just fleecing eBay when they said that they had no idea what they were looking for. They, um, this is a long string of Gnar commons and uncommons with an Icy Prison rare. Okay, we have made it through the random flotsam that was in little baggies on top of the binder. So nothing super spectacularly rare, but some good starting stuff. And we have a nice heavy, if not super thick binder. We'll see what's in it. Ooh. Okay. There was some worry that these might have been water damaged. I haven't seen any actual sign of that yet. We have a foil Swamp Moga, a foil Farok Protector, an Ababila, Forgotten Tales, and Amulet of Sand. We have a nice set of here we have a couple of things that have started to show some damage, but I'm not sure if it's the card itself. Yeah. We have like a foil Mosp, and I don't know if you can see it, but the top has some weird residue. There's a foil Wessig that has similar problems. Color of Despair. Uh, that is warped. This Mosp is both discolored and warped. So you want specific rares, I can definitely get better pictures for people. And I would advise asking for them because some of these look great and some of them look less great. But yeah, foil Collar of Despair, Wessig, Mosp, Gratch, Gogor Spade, Climbing Staff, Jumbor, Gwomba, Turquoise, a foil Unlimited Siphon Stone. Don't remember if it's limited or unlimited. There was a rumor that, ooh, some of the foils have the foil line that was common for Magi Nation foils, but we have a Fiend of Ferox, a Vril, a Black Govo, a Grax, a foil underneath Shadow Geyser, and a foil Cald Shadow Geyser. So not only were there Shadow Geysers in the picture, they are actually foils. We have Dream Rip and Vaporize. Ithaper foil, which looks actually really cool. The Cowled Creature rare. That's a fun foil. Uh, then we have a crystal gile that appears I'm not sure if it has some discoloration or if it's just the background color that looks weird in foil. It does have a couple of the spots at least. Um, a Weebat, ooh, a pair of foil Tunnler's boots. Those might be popular. An underneath foil Gogor Spade, Beakneat's Vinok, Wence's Travelogue, and a Forest Blessing. Coral Hyron Frup, Riptide, Orthan Amulet, and Autobot Topper will be happy to see there is, in fact, foil Hubdra's Cube. One of the cards that he's definitely looking to trade very heavily for. You have a foil Soraya's Dream. It looks like it has some of that weird discoloration. We'll look more at that when we get picks after. And like I said, you can ask for specifics. We have Alaban Gloves, Storm Wings, Ash Hyron. Okay, it looks like those are the foils. Pretty nice lot of some pretty rare foils. We'll see if people want them. Foils are always kind of weird in Magi Nation, whether or not people actually collect them. Some people prefer not. Let's see, we have some Healing Light, lots of Spirit of Rage, Color Despair. So it looks like we're just getting pages of random cards now. 4 Salorums, 5 Title Cracks, some Universal, and then back to my room. There's no real rhyme or reason to this. There's no rares in the pages. Vinok, Weebos, Arbol, Carillion. It's almost like a different person put together this part of the folder. And I don't know what they were doing. But just getting random cards from random regions. But at least each page seems to be the same region. There's a Cataclysm. That's an uncommon. It's a bit bent, but it's an uncommon card that people pay $5 or $10 for because it's an art aerial spell that costs 10 that discards everything. So it's pretty popular for actual play decks. There's 2 Cause. Oh, there we have our first rare in the binder. We have a Sarazen Keeper. A Roth. Ooh, here we go. We have a Baby Hyron. That is a very good thing to have in here. As well as, and that I don't see any damage on. I'm not a professional card checker and don't want to be, but it's not obviously damaged. We have 2 of the promo Voice of the Storm spells, which are promos, but it's hit or miss on what people want for them. Staff of Keepers, Warriors Boots. Nothing else yet, but that Baby Hyron is a good find, as well as the minor promos. We have a Sandstorm Orsha, which is a rare that gets asked for occasionally, at least. A Wind Hyren, our version, a Raylon, our rare, a Grand Epic, which is an uncommon, but sometimes gets asked for, Jlith, Cyclone Vash, Velop, Warlum. Here we're getting some more rares, an Eyeball, another Cataclysm, our Dariel's Crown, and we're back into Narum cards, but we have some rares this time. We have a Wentz and we have a Wentz the Wanderer and a Narum Ember Hyren. Those are popular. People like those. Balament. I have a Deep Hyren. It's a base set Hyren, so not super rare, but people at least like it for the design. We have Orathan Amulet. Now we're into underneath for a section at least. Ooh, underneath Celebrated Hero. Those are liked. We have a Cald Traveling Hero. Not Traveling Hero. Traveling Healer. And a Cald Ember Hyren. That's nice, having the pair. Page of the binder are starting to stick together, but the cards are still looking okay. Just more commons and uncommons from different regions. Now we're into some core cards. Still commons and uncommons though. And back out. We do have several Warriors boots here. If people are looking for Warriors boots, we got a couple of $5 bids for Warriors boots on the last auction. So if you're looking for them, there's at least a pair or two. They're all the base set, not the promo one yet. Evu's Jelly Beans, which is always a fun Naru rare for playing. Another Sarazan Keeper and an Iceberg Hyren. Ooh, those are nice. Coral Hyren, another Deep Hyren, a Parathin. Getting some better rares. There's a Will of Aroth, a very fun Aroth control spell rare. Hubdra's Spear, Orathan Amulet. What would be really cool is to find another Hubdra's cube in here. That's a incredibly rare. We have Trigar, Trug, and Celebrated Hero all in underneath. Cave Hyren, which is an underneath rare, and a Hyren, but not as sought after as, say, a Tunnel Hyren. Let's see. We have a Cave In. People like those. Those tend to sell. Gloves of Crystal. Another Traveling Hero. Healer, sorry. Cald Edition. Then another Cald Ember Hyren. We have at least 3 Ember Hyrens we've seen so far. Some of both regions. We have a Rock Sylph. Now we have some core rares. Ooh, we have a non-foil Fiend of Ferox as well. A Koromar, a Chur. And a core Rouse. I believe we had a Bogroth Rouse before. Those get asked for both regions, so that's good to have. And we have a Chaos Gile, a Haunt. Again, I'm sorry if this isn't as exciting as it could be. I'm not trained on this. Let's see, we have a Roth Shadow Geyser and an Ardarial Shadow Geyser. I don't remember which Shadow Geysers we had in foil, but that is 4 Shadow Geysers. 2 foils, 2 not. So far. Now we have some more Kaibars, commons and uncommons. We have a Jasker's Mask and a Stone Storm. 2 more Kaibars rares. And some more Weave, commons and uncommons. And that wraps up with Weave, commons, and uncommons. So I'm not the best predictor of how things will auction. Definitely had some outliers that I didn't expect, like some dark breed Hirons that went way higher than expected on a previous auction, but we have some very good, solid cards that I'm excited to see for the community. I'll get pictures of the foils and the rares up. And like I said, if you're looking for commons and uncommons, especially Kaibars and Weave, it looks like a great opportunity to ask for them, since there's a good chunk of both of them in there. So I've called out, at least verbally, all of the rares and rares, and particularly rare uncommons that I saw. But excited to be able to run this for the community and happy to see what comes of it. I'll be going to bed tonight because it's 9 o'clock my time, but we'll get these up for you soon. Probably early next week. Have a great night.